So this is my 6 tips and tricks video for the Microfreak. Hopefully you lot find this useful. Okay, so the first one is arpeggio. Now you can spice and dice one note. So if you're lacking inspiration and you find your root note, for example, don't really like that. It's not too bad. So that's really good. So all you're doing is going onto a blank patch, going onto arpeggio, choosing your root note. So that's really useful. Okay, so the next one is Unison creep. So I find it really interesting when this goes from being straight to being detuned. So one of the things I like to do is put a cycling envelope on the timbre. Change it to an envelope and make it slowly creeping with a long decay and a long sustain. The transition. Okay, so the next one, I'm not sure if I've done this one before actually. This one is a crackle sound, so like a fireplace. So what we want to do is go to noise and essentially turn the noise off. You've got a nice, lovely, warm crackle. Just turn the noise oscillator up, sorry, the rate up, leave the type and the balance down. Nice warm, something to add on top of something to make it sound a bit old. Okay, so the next one is the Sorks oscillator. If we go to it, you can hear that it's modulating the sound, it's doing something to it, and it's a nice oscillator. You can find many different sweet spots on it. What I wanted to try and do is emulate some of this, what it's doing, but with a normal oscillator. So what I found is, if you was to go to superwave, and you take the detune as far up as you like. The important thing is to have the volume very low, so you can just about hear it fucking the sound up. Now you've got really interesting bass tone there. Without, it's very slight, but it's enough to make the sound move. And the filter reacts really nice to it as well once we've done that. Again, if you take that off, none. Just adds a nice bit of grip. Okay. The next one is a rave sound. So this is a really old sound. So first thing you want to do is go onto super wave, and we want it nice and detuned. We want to make sure we're on a saw, and then we want to go to paraphonic mode. Go to utility and unison spread, and we want to pull it all the way up to 12, so we've got an octave. Right, next, I like to detune that a little bit as well, like that. Next, we go to the cycling envelope and we'll max it, and we've set it to pitch. Go to envelope. Already starting to get there just by turning the amount down. And you can see the envelope there, but we're going to make it a little bit better, so we're going to put a logarithmic curve. So there's that old rave sound. The next one is a Hoover. Really simple, this one, and you probably will need headphones, or at least not be listening to this on your phone. So that's that one. Funny enough, when I looked that one up, it came up as the rave sound, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for an old school Hoover sound. Maybe that's just what I call it. Okay, so the next one, this one's really interesting. It's an old sound from an old house track, and Korg sampled it and stuck it on the M1. So when I was trying to reverse engineer it, I found out that the Korg M1's a Rompler, and I wasn't able to do it, so I had to do a bit more further research. I'll show you the sound that I'm after. Just get the volume right. Right, we're on virtual analog, that's all fine. Next thing we're going to do is nice little bit of filter. Everything is right. No, it's not. So we're going to a new patch again. Back to VA. And what we want to do is put this on 82. So now we have a detune. And also, no, this needs to be on 62. According to my notes, and this needs to be around the 80s. And then we want a pitch envelope. Again. Okay, what that finely tuned. And this we want exactly on 81. The sound I'm after is this. So again, we'll go back onto virtual analog. We'll make sure that these are tuned right. You want the important thing is the tuning here. Again, pitch the cycling envelope again. So on the M1, the Korg M1, there's an organ sound and then it's layered with a little just to make it punch, which is why I put a little pitch envelope on it to emulate it. So that's that one. Right, okay. Next one is lo-fi pads. Okay, so for this you kind of want something rough sounding. So you'd like to use this Saw X, then it's a good start. And what you want to do is you want to tame these harmonics down quite a bit. So let's go up here. Let's hold that for a second. Really nice. Okay, so the next one is programming oscillator types to sequence steps. So if we have a little sequence, let's get a nice oscillator to start with. Do a little sequence, maybe better than that. Okay, so the next what we're going to do is we've made the sequence, we've stopped it from playing, we're going to put it on record. We're going to flick through the steps and we're going to change oscillator types accordingly. Chords. There we go. Now that will do. So if we flick through the steps, made something quite interesting. Now sometimes there's a click on the oscillators when they change. So what I like to do, instead of trying to hide things all the time, I like to accentuate them. sounds more musical than trying to hide it. Okay, so then beyond here, I've got that set. What we could do is go to LFO and put it on random steps. So now the cutoff is on random steps. So every time it plays a step, the cutoff moves, as well as the oscillator changes. We're only using one lane of automation here, so we could do other stuff as well. For example, if we press record again, from here, if we said, you know what, it's getting a bit messy and I'm not sure what's going on, so maybe we'll make it 5 steps so it phases. All the modulation stays. And maybe you've got something a bit more interesting there than you had before. And I think that's it. That's it for today. Hopefully I'll do more on these. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me to grow as a channel and motivates me to even want to do more. Thanks for your time, guys.